Hey guys, Akio Murasaki here. In this video, I kind of want to talk a little bit about Digimon since Digimon Story Time Traveler recently released, and a lot of people online, especially on Twitter, are kind of waking up and awakening their newfound interest and newfound love for Digimon. Yes, I'm also as surprised. I've actually been watching the original Digimon series. I think I've watched the first season, but then somehow I entirely forgot about the existence of Digimon. And just like with a lot of people, kind of the mainstream narrative has been filled with Pokemon only, and it has been exacerbated by the recent lawsuits between Nintendo and Palworld, and Nintendo just making every single thing that's possible to block any sort of innovation in terms of mounts, riding mounts and creatures and capturing creatures and training them and everything. And Nintendo has been blocking all of these efforts while Digimon has just been always there. It had a card game, it had the TV series several seasons. It also had a bunch of games on consoles and also on PC, and it's just been doing its own thing since the beginning, but has been largely ignored by a lot of people. Well, until recently, until October the 3rd, when Digimon Story Time Stranger, my bad, Time Stranger released on Steam, and everyone's just like, oh, what's going on with Digimon? Yeah, I wonder what is going on. We have some screenshots here. Yeah, there's been a lot going on with Digimon in the last couple of years apparently. And Sile here on Twitter is not the only person. We also have Pirate Nation, who just claimed Digimon is better than Pokemon, and I can definitely full-heartedly understand why that is actually the case here with Beal, Starmon, and a bunch of other Digimon. Then we have other people here, Delty, what Digimon did you just introduce me to? And that one is called Lilithmon. Yeah, as you can see, Lilithmon is a very, very, very wholesome and interesting Digimon you might want to get familiar with, but maybe not too intimately, because apparently she has some kind of spike that can off you with great pleasure. So maybe not too close getting to her. And then, of course, we have some people who apparently have been a part of the fandom for a very long time saying it's so funny seeing new players' reactions to a Digimon that was released almost 15 years ago. Yeah, that's that's basically for how long people have been actively, or rather passively, ignoring the existence of Digimon and just focusing solely on Pokemon. We have another here, Jackie the Frost. People are just finding out that Digimon is incredibly horny. Kyoko here in the previous game, Digimon Cybersleuth, is introduced to the player, half naked and hitting on a teenager. Oh my god, what a skag. How can she be hitting on a teenager? But anyway, in case you're interested, I'm gonna go for some of the latest Digimon games and talk a little bit about these. What else do we have? I think this one is a fairly good summary of at least how I remember Digimon to be in the past. So we had like a tiny creature, which I guess I would call stage 1, and then that evolving. I specifically am thinking here about the Greymon, where it eventually becomes like a metal or war metal Greymon or whatever. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with Digimon, unfortunately. I've only watched the first TV series, and that's pretty much it. But basically, that is how I remember that's a Pokemon and a Digimon evolution. But that's also true for, I think, Digimon going all the way from like a basic stage and then getting more and more serious and eventually becoming some kind of like a mecha hybrid, which then you see stuff like this, for instance, which is basically a lizard and a robot on a mecha all in one. Not surprising at all. But more recently, people have been looking at Digimon, and I guess that is what they're seeing when you compare it to Pokemon. You have Tortilla, you have Torty, you have then Tortieza, and then you have Digimon, which is basically like a doggo. Then this thing here with big muscles, and eventually turns into a girl, like the Digimon I showed earlier. And people are like, huh, this is very interesting. Digimon, I was not aware of your game. And now everyone's going to play Digimon Story. And honestly, I would totally recommend some of it. Like, for instance, this one here, Digimon Story. These are the screenshots from the PC release on Steam. And I have to say, it is looking pretty good. Like, you have like standard anime kind of style cell shading here. But also like the graphics are absolutely top notch. It has tons of positive reviews on Steam right now. Everyone's super hyped. Everyone really wants to play the game, me included, because just like a lot of people, I just discovered the existence of Digimon once again after 15 years. Yes, I'm an absolute tourist when it comes to this. Now, I knew about Digimon before, as I said, but like I was not super interested for a very long time, I guess. But yeah, time to get back into it. What else do we have? We have, this is the other one that has been mentioned on Twitter, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, and also just to kind of point out, this one currently has a complete collection available on Steam for, I can't remember, I think like $40 or something, so not that bad. Definitely not that bad. Definitely can recommend just by judging, you know, by the screenshots here and the overall quality. And also to kind of sort of point out, this is a 2019 game, okay? Not a lot has changed. Still top quality, pretty good texture quality, in general models, high mid poly, I would say, but quality-wise looking pretty damn good. Another one that maybe is not as impressive or simply has not been updated for very long is this one here, Digimon World. I do not know much about this game. I'm kind of assuming it might have been like an MMO, like a Digimon MMO. Yeah, this one, and this one's from 2023, by the way. This is more, I guess, in line with the current quality of Nintendo Pokemon games. So it's not as impressive as you can see here, anti-aliasing, and overall, yeah, not much in terms of post-processing either. It's just incredibly flat. But if it was meant to be an online game, then maybe no surprises there. Kind of looking at this one here as well. This is Digimon Survive, also available on Steam, obviously. Here they still kind of maintain like a more 2D visual novel style. It's also looking pretty good. I haven't played that one, and actually this one's sitting at, as far as I know, mixed reviews, so maybe not entirely recommended. Unless you really want to get into Digimon and you want to explore all of it. But what I would totally recommend here, if you are now very thirsty to try out one of the Digimon games, this one's probably a good place to start. Currently sitting at only very highly positive reviews on Steam. And I will definitely, I'm right there, I'm probably very likely going to buy the game and give it a try and run it into completion. And also for those of you who want to have like a, you know, kind of more Japanese experience, I kind of had a look at all of them. All of them except for Digimon Story Time Stranger, all of them only have in the global release Japanese audio. Which I guess is okay if you only want to hear the Japanese but not necessarily are interested in reading, then I guess that's completely fine. When it comes to Digimon Story Time Traveler, you are getting the full package. So you're not only getting the Japanese audio, but the global release has all of the text in Japanese, so you can definitely fully enjoy the game as it was meant by the original creators. But that's basically it from my side when it comes to Digimon, and I will jump right into it at some point. But okay, see you guys in the next one. Mata ne!